sisters, nephews, and grandparents. Have a blast.
I don't even tell you govern like he do me karashika. Make I no feel liver. Me way be John Cena. I say I swear you mine die. Baby girl now you be God design. My life as your face the show.
Happy 3rd birthday, Princess Jalikatu Rashida Mariama Sharif of Bass Street, Brookfields, Freetown. You have been a constant source of joy and pride to all of us. As you continue to grow into a wonderful young girl, we pray for Allah's endless favor, grace, and mercy to surround you. This message is coming with love and blessings from your dad, Abdul Rahman Sharif, your mom, aunties, Alimatu, Jalikatu, and Aja Mariama Sharif, your favorite grandma, Mrs. Aisatu Sharif, and all your cousins, nephews, and other relatives, all from the same address. Congratulations, a beautiful princess, Jalikatu Rashida Mariama Sharif. Enjoy your special day to the fullest.
Oh my mind, and I know fit now. Oh girl, you do me bad. Yeah, yeah. Oh Geji, come on. No, baby. Oh girl, come on, come on.
The death is announced of Mr. Oliver Lawrence Sandy, former staff of the Sierra Leone Airport Authority, and of 41 Babadori Lumley, which took place on the 10th of January, age 71. He is survived by his wife, Mrs. Grace Bami Sandy, children, Mrs. Olive Dumbuya, Mr. Oliver Sandy Jr. in the USA, Aisata Sandy, Albert Sandy, Arnolda Samuels, and Ali Conte. Several brothers and sisters, cousins, nieces and nephews, uncles and aunts, in-laws, relatives and friends at home and abroad. A vigil will take place at 41 Babadori Lumley on Monday the 20th of January from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Funeral service will be held at Pentecost Evangelical Deliverance Ministries, 8 Nassit Drive off Wilkins Road on Tuesday the 21st of January at 1:30 p.m. and interment at the Lumley Lower Cemetery, Gent Road, Lumley. The death is announced of Mr. Alfred Bobo Tommy, former head teacher, Methodist Primary School, Kenema, which sad event took place on Friday the 17th January 2025 at the Corner Teaching Hospital in Freetown. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. Sympathizers may call the following numbers: Mr. Philip Bo 076 45 1468 or 034 45 1468, Mrs. Anita Tommy 076 359631 or 088 190577. The death is announced of Professor John Abu Kamara, former principal of Jala University College, age 95. He is survived by his children, Musu Teresa Bannister, John Sidney, Harriet Aisatu, John Anthony, and Awa Kamara. Other relatives include the Kamara, Gulama, Toka, and Conte families, all at home and abroad. There will be a civic laying out on Thursday, the 23rd of January, at the Freetown City Council Hall from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by a wake-keeping at the King Memorial Church, Godrich Street, at 6 p.m. Funeral service will be held on Friday, the 24th of January, at the King Memorial Church at 1 p.m., burial at the King Tom Cemetery. Buses will be available from King Memorial Church to King Tom Cemetery. There will be a repast at the back of Sierra Leone Complex, King Tom. Funeral and communion service for Mrs. Muriel Animod Douglas, who died on the 13th of December 2024, age 84, will be held on Sunday the 19th January at the Warren Memorial Methodist Church, Freetown Road. There will be a laying out at the church at 1 p.m. Burial is at the Accession Town Cemetery. She is survived by her children, Mrs. Angela Bayo, Mr. Desmond Randall, Mrs. Jennifer O'Brien Coker, Mr. Jenna Douglas, Mrs. Muriel T.H. Rowland, and Mr. Roderick Douglas. Several grand and great-grandchildren, cousins, nieces and nephews, relatives, friends and in-laws including Mr. Ivan O'Brien Coker, Mr. Hilary T.H. Rowland, and Mrs. Christiana Douglas. May her soul rest in peace. The death took place on Wednesday, the 15th of January, of Mr. Henry Solomon Noel Lightfoot Boston, age 53. He is survived by his wife, Mrs. Janice Lightfoot Boston. Funeral arrangement to be announced later. Sympathizers may call at 2G Sykes Street or call on mobile numbers 079 336 861, 076 540 291 or 034 081 658. The children and family of PC Reverend Madam Doris Lenga Babio Kolka II announced the first memorial and Thanksgiving service on Sunday, the 2nd of February at Goma Memorial UMC Church, Shenge, Kagboro Chiefdom, Moyamba District at 10 a.m.
That this day will come. Tell me, have I done enough?
The 48th day ceremony of the late Alhaji Frank Mohammed Jallo, a retired employee of the National Revenue Authority, whose sad events took place on the 10th January 2024 at the Connaught Hospital, age 75, is on Sunday, the 19th January 2025, at his former residence, Ivan Drive, Allentown in Freetown, at 2 p.m. He is survived by his wives, Mami Jallo and Kadiatu Jallo, children Ibrahim, Ismail, Fatmata, Alimatu and Ahmed, stepchildren Umaru and Mariama, grandchildren Paul, Mabinti, Frances, Benjamin, Tene, Priscilla, Olive and Jack. Brothers and sisters include Fudi Jallo, Momo Sise, Edison, Pukumu, Christiana Fula, Mary Fula, Ami Goba, Fudekoma. All our relatives, including brothers, sisters and in-laws, are the Jallo, Fula, Masakois, Sise, Pukumus, Suarez, Senesis, Rogers, Gogras, Campbells, Lavauns, Williams, Benias, Condes, Gobas, Komas, Molais, Elise, Kaikais, Kamaras, Arunas, Quiz, Mokoles, Bongotos, Nyandes, Masales, Tarawales, Kalon, Panges and Navos, all of Pujon, Bu, Moyamba, Kailan, Freetown, and at home and abroad. Close friends including members and staff of the National Revenue Authority, the Sierra Leone Roads Authority, the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority, the Sierra Leone People's Party Pujon District Chapter, friends and well-wishers of Kisi, Calabar Town and Allentown communities. May his soul continue to rest in perfect peace.
The death is announced of Madam Elizabeth Moke Johnson, commonly called Mami Moke of Upper Winchester Street Regent and formerly of 18B Hamilton Lane, Upper Eastern Street, Freetown. She died on the 16th of January, aged 82. She survived by her children, Mrs. Elizabeth Masali, Miss Yasmin Sirewuri, and Pastor Amotunde Sirewuri. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. Sympathizers may call at Winchester Street Regent or call on mobile number 076 667 495. Funeral and communion service for Miss Zipporah Nimne Roberts of 5 Edward Street off Freetown Road and Congo Town will take place on Tuesday the 21st of January at St. Thomas School Church, Stewart Street at 2 p.m. There will be a vigil on Monday the 20th of January at 5 Edward Street off Freetown Road at 7 p.m. Burial at the Ascension Town Cemetery. Miss Zipporah Nimne Roberts died on Wednesday, the 1st of January, aged 51. She survived by her daughter Joyce Williams, mothers Mrs. Gladys Roberts and Mrs. Marilyn Hansen in Australia, grandsons Josel and Thomas, grandfather Mr. Walter P. Nimne, several sisters, brothers, nieces, nephews, aunts, uncles, cousins, in-laws. Close relatives and friends include the Roberts, Pale, Jallo, Gaba, Kamara, Nimne, Scott, Wobe, Ajuma Campbell, Judge, Brown, Breakfast, Baba and Johnson families, and residents of 13 Victoria Street. The Josiah and the Mawa and Hindowa families announced the homecoming of their beloved wife, mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, aunt and friend, Ami Josiah Hindowa, who died on the 15th of January at 4 Josiah Street, Kennedy Section, Bow. She survived by her loving husband, Michael Josiah Hindowa, her only brother, William James Sivali of the Ministry of Health. Children, Senesi Ndimawa in Liberia, Nancy Ndimawa of the Bow City Council, Francis Josiah of the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority, Gladys Josiah Cabo of the Sierra Leone Maritime, Angela Josiah in the UK, Agnes Josiah, nurse at the PCMH, and Emmanuel Sandy Josiah, an electrician in Bow. Several grandchildren, nieces and nephews, and great-grandchildren, other relatives and friends at home and abroad. A vigil will be held on Thursday, the 23rd of January at Ngeleubaja South. Funeral service is on Friday, the 24th of January at the Roman Catholic Church in Ngeleubaja and burial at Ngeleubaja. Sympathizers may call on the following numbers: 076-941-515, 076-697-303, and 076-379-903. May her soul rest in perfect peace.
Shall we gather at the river where bright angel feet have trod?
The 18th of January marks the 4th anniversary of the death of the passing of our beloved mother, grandmother, and mother-in-law, Mrs. Marian Eleanor Coker, commonly known as M.A.Z. Though time has passed, the love, wisdom, and warmth she shared with us continue to resonate in our hearts every day. Her kindness touched so many lives, and a legacy of strength, compassion, and grace lives on through all who knew her. We miss her deeply, but we take comfort in knowing that her spirit remains a guiding light for us. May her soul continue to rest in peace, and may we continue to honor her memory with love and gratitude forever in our hearts. By Farrell Christiana, Jenny Farrell Jr., and Lennon.
Transport of delight from thy pure chalice.
I'm so confused. Tell me what's happened.
The Quranic reading of our beloved wife, mother, sister, aunt, in-law, and friend, Mrs. Aminata Kamara Nikanu, who died on the 24th of October, aged 39, will take place on Sunday, the 24th of January, at her former residence, Power Magazine, Kisei. Relatives and friends are cordially invited. Sadly missed by her husband, Mr. Sema Kamara. Children, Sheikman Kamara, Fudia Kamara, Hannah and Fatmata Kamara. Brothers and sisters, Mr. Idrissa Kanu of Congo Town, Mr. Ahmed Kanu in Guinea, Bundu and Mustafa of Potloko, several nieces, nephews, in-laws, and the rest of the family in Potloko, Otifung, Freetown, and Guinea. May Allah grant her peaceful rest.
I know this day will come one day.
The Sheikh Sidi Sowa family and the Sowa family of Bandajuma, Sowa, and Potoru, Pujon district wish to inform relatives and friends that there has been a review of the initial notice with regards to the 40th day funeral rites of their beloved husband, dad, brother, uncle, and colleague, former Commissioner General of the National Lands Commission, Sheikh Sidi Sowa. The ceremony has been rescheduled for Friday, the 24th of January at his former residence, Numa Drive, Juba in Freetown. Relatives, friends, colleagues, and well-wishers are cordially invited. A vigil and wake-keeping will take place on Thursday, the 23rd of January at Numa Drive, Juba at 7 p.m. The family at home and abroad wish to express their sincere thanks and appreciation to all those who in diverse ways sympathize with them for the loss of their beloved one. May God bless you all and may Allah grant him a peaceful rest. The 4 months and 10 days ceremony, which will take place in his hometown, Banda Juma Sowa, will be announced later.
Forgive me, Ya Ilahi.
When sorrows like sea billows roll.
The family wishes to announce the death of Mrs. Alice Mandewa Dumbuya of 13 Edwin Street Estates, who passed away on the 14th of January, aged 68. She is survived by Mr. Peniel Dumbuya, Kati Dumbuya, and Mrs. Jamila Tupias. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. Sympathizers may call at 13 Edwin Street Hastings or call on 076 603 388 or 079 257 171. The death took place on Sunday, the 12th of January, of Mr. Charles Mayo of 13 Skellington Street, Wilberforce, age 64. Former employee of Wakinot Security Agency, SOS Amamina International School, and of AfriCell Wilberforce branch. He is survived by his wife, children, Edward, Solomon, Henry, and Philip Mayo in the USA. Several brothers, cousins, uncles, aunts, friends, and other relatives at home and abroad. There will be a vigil on Saturday, the 25th of January at 13 Skeleton Street, Wilberforce at 6:30 p.m. Laying out is on Sunday, the 26th of January at his residence from 11 a.m. to 12 noon and at the Christ Healing Center, 32A Freetown Road, Wilberforce from 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. followed by funeral and communion service at the church at 2:30 p.m. Burial at the Wilberforce Cemetery.
Please forgive me.
The death is reported of Mr. Lawrence Babajide Ayola of 12 Mary Street off Circular Road and an employee of Elephant Bet, aged 54. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. Sympathizers may call at 120 Circular Road or call on mobile numbers 076 606 110 or 030 816 226. The death is reported of Mrs. Cecilia Fumi Frederica Susan Rena of 20 Montego Street, who died on the 11th of January, aged 82. She is survived by her husband, James Eric Rena, children, Sylvanus Charles, Mr. James Edward, Florence, and Ezekiel John Rena. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. Sympathizers may call on mobile numbers 076 966 140, 078 341 344, or 088 026 773.
Wondrous love is this, oh my soul,
To the glory of God for a life well spent, the family at home and abroad announces the home call of Madam Vivat Caroline Roberts of 17 Sykes Street, Congo Town, formerly of the Ministry of Works, New Englandville, and a member of the New Testament Church Congo Cross of Girls High School, aged 83. She is survived by her son, Farrell Halstein, formerly of Government Printing. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. Sympathizers may call on mobile numbers 080-141-508, 0302-14802, or 079-118-821.
sinking down. When I was sinking down
The death is reported of Ellen Shirley Babylove Leopold, formerly of Bangura Drive off Angola Bridge, and of 15A Benjamin Lane off Campbell Street. She passed away on Friday the 10th of January, aged 87. She is survived by her children, Colin Dillis Marvel Kojo Davis and Akilade Kelvin Ronald Cole in the USA. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. Sympathizers may call at Bangura Drive off Angola Bridge or call on 078 750
Is the great I am, while millions join the theme.
The deaths announced of their beloved wife, mother, sister, aunt, cousin, and friend, Mrs. Josephine Mabinti Sise. She died on the 10th of January in Freetown, aged 76. She is survived by her children, Mrs. Fatu Tarawali and Mr. Alaji Wongbo Sise, both in the USA, Miss Aisata Kombe Bundu, Jane Kombe Bundu, Alfred Kombe Bundu, and Miss Fatu Kombe Bundu. Several grandchildren, sisters, relatives, and friends at home and abroad should be buried on Saturday, 18th of January at the CKC Cemetery in Bow. Sympathizers may call at 1 Hennessy Street, opposite Government's Printing, New England, Vale, Freetown, or call on mobile numbers 030-018-704 or 078-841-571.
Peace be still. It is well.
The death is reported of Mr. Joseph Kagbo, formerly of 5B Circular Road, which took place on Friday the 10th of January, aged 69. He is survived by his wives and 8 children. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. Sympathizers may call at 5B off Circular Road.
Is blessed assured.
The family announces the death of Mrs. Frances Muriel Ibigonke Williams, which took place on the 27th of December 2024 in the United Kingdom. She is survived by her husband, Mr. Cornelius Eldele Williams of Mambo Peninsula Road, Sierra Leone. 5 children, 8 grandchildren, several nieces and nephews at home and abroad. Sisters Alithea Johnson and Olive Briggs. Cousins Mr. and Mrs. Maxam Dixon File, Mrs. Rosalind Nelson Jones, and several cousins from the Gray family. Other relatives include the Olu Williams, Fowler, Mokomok, Reful, Day, and the Parker families. Funeral service will be held at St. George's Cathedral, George Street, on Thursday, the 23rd of January at 2:30 p.m. Burial at the Kingdom Cemetery.
The King of Love, my shepherd is. Who
A memorial service for Mr. Joseph Aliu Safa, formerly of 39J off O'Neill Street and former employee of Total, who died on the 6th of December, age 71, will take place on Sunday the 19th of January at Winners Baptist Church, Old Wharf, Wellington at 10 a.m. Relatives and friends are cordially invited. My wife, Mrs. Marie Safa, children, grandchildren, brothers, sisters, in-laws, and the rest of the family at home and abroad.
at the river.
With gratitude to God for a life well spent, the family at home and abroad announces the death of their mother, sister and grandmother, Mrs. Clarice Akwavi Priscilla John, Nee Wolf of Ajibu Cold Drive, Lumley Road, Freetown. She died on the 8th of January, aged 88. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. Sympathizers may call at her residence, Ajibu Cold Drive, Lumley Road, Freetown, or call on mobile numbers 034-595-299, 076-786-566, or 079-123-891. May her soul rest in perfect peace.
A place cannot produce poems. It can only not prevent them. And Freetown is good at that. For Freetown has its own sudden elegancies. People are slow to leave it, quick to return. And there are others who come for a year or two and stay for a lifetime, sensing that they found a city that is in the world, yet sufficiently on the edge of it to have a different resonance. Let me tell you something about this city. All of us, we're all just passing through, and we've all been here forever. Those who came, those who stayed, those who never returned. Tides turn, seasons change, we've waited and we've watched. But we've always been here. We've always listened, because there is a different resonance here. It comes from the river, and the land, and the sky.
It's our place, all of us.
This city belongs to everyone.
And you know when it's your time.
And it's our time.
Listen, we are Freetown.
The golden rules of Freetown.
Don't pretend you're something that you're not.
Don't go thinking you're better than anyone else,
or that anyone else is better than you.
Don't shout about it. Get on with it.
We are Freetown. Freetown.
Freetown.
Yeah.
We found our voice again.
I'm from India and Freetown.
I'm from China and Freetown.
I'm from the UK and Freetown.
I am from Nigeria and Freetown.
I am from home and Freetown.
This city belongs to everyone.
The fisherman,
the taxi driver,
the barber,
the drummers, the dancers.
All of us.
All of us. Everybody. We are Freetown.
The past is ours.
The future is ours. It's our time again.
And this city belongs to everyone.
The playwright,
the greengrocer,
the teacher,
the dog.
This space is ours.
This light is ours.
The beaches are ours.
The rivers now we own.
The roads are ours.
The bridges now we own.
We are Freetown.
We are all visitors and we've all been here forever.
We've got the mightiest river.
And the biggest sky.
And there's a resonance again.
Freetown. Freetown.
We are proud of this place.
We love this city.
And we want you to love it too.
We are proud of this place.
Na pass we all dey pass like stranger dem, but we all don dey from there. Come here, and you'll feel it, that end of the line sense of freedom. Say yes to Freetown. Say yes to freedom.
তারা যেটা যাচাই করে নেয়।
আমার নাম মাহি। আমার যখন 11 বছর বয়স ছিল
আমি নিজেও জানি না। তারপরে আমি বলছি যে আমি এখন বিয়ে করবো না, আমি পড়তে চাই। আমার মারে bole
bas kuja lugambia kuna mtu amekuja Daombi kwa anataka kuoa. Huyo baba mzuri tu mdogo, mimi nikafanyaje nikamwambia pia alipishmika imermeza zake ndio midad baza ama kada madar hoyt china meguftam ve hiç kasi china meguftam baza be muraqan tir mikardam.
In 2018, Voice of America posted videos on social media of girls and women describing their experiences as brides and young mothers. The videos sparked a global conversation, receiving tens of thousands of comments and arguments for and against child marriage. Spurred by the overwhelming response, VOA journalists and photographers spent a year chronicling child brides around the world, putting faces and voices to a practice the United Nations is trying to eliminate by 2030. They focused on the worth of a girl and her value to two families, the one she leaves behind and the one she joins. What they found was troubling. In much of the world, child marriage is common and acceptable, and the lives of girls aren't worth very much.
به مکتب میرفتم صنف 7 بودم، در روز بمونده بود که امتحانا سالانه نخواه بودم که برم صنف 8 من عروسی که بکردم.
I like you. I miss you. I really below miss you. I like how you be make me body feel. I like how cool you be. You be don't give me all waiting I want. Them been say you know for trust you partner, but I really trust you. You pure, inside and out. In fact, your cleanness and sweet taste, they make her go crazy. A gladdy, we're grafting we love. Don't come back.
As mama, I always want waiting best for me picking them, especially when it comes up waiting them for eat and drink. Now this make I always they choose Sierra juice because they make come from with local foods them and nutritious and it gets less sugar than the other drinks them. Not to me say so.
We love test show say Sierra juice gets 50% less sugar than the other drinks them na the market.
Because we mama they know waiting best for we picking them, now make we always they choose Sierra juice. Sierra juice and nutritious, it healthy and it's sweet. Sierra juice, not the taste of Salome.
You ready for the Zoom meeting today with the investor then?
Yes, boss. I'm ready for the meeting today. And I don't download all the reports they sent to me on the internet.
Make sure so you get super connection because I don't want one problem during the meeting.
Everything is okay. Everything is fine.
Counting on you even though we're not in the same office. I will be with you every step of the way.
Do you know the TV show that brings to you the decision makers,
who determine and shape the country's policies and programs. Bottom Line is the show to watch.
Well, join Asmi Uba as it brings to the table movers and shakers of society and policymakers whose decisions have direct impact on your lives.
Bottom Line comes up every Thursday at 7 p.m. on Slbc TV, Channel 31, with Asmi Uba.
Bottom Line on Slbc TV, the program you can't afford to miss on Slbc TV, Channel 31. Join me now.
The show that touches every aspect of society as we leave no stone unturned.
It's Bottom Line, only on Slbc TV.
Discover Sierra Leone, a hidden gem of West Africa, where the rhythms of life dance in harmony with the beauty of nature.
Feel the heartbeat of our culture in every beat of the drum, in every step of the dance.
Experience the tranquility of our shores, where each sunrise brings new stories and endless possibilities.
Immerse yourself in the vibrant tapestry of our daily life, where every color tells a tale and every face a friend.
Come, be enchanted by the sights and sounds of Sierra Leone.
A place where your adventure awaits.
And memories are made.
Sierra, Josh, baby. VOA Sierra Leone, the Lion Mountain. There's something about the green, white and blue. The one we criticize, them not getting no clue. There's something about the green, white and blue. And when we step in at the land, yes, I feel so good. People are happy, counting place to be. Yeah. Come, let me take you around the Lion Mountain to see the beauty and to see the fountains. Let me take you around the Lion Mountain to see the beauty. Oh, come to a sweet, sweet, sweet salon. Any side where I go now this world, I not go forget salon. Welcome to a sweet, sweet, sweet salon. Any side where I go now this world, I not go forget salon. Yes, you're missing, you don't know what you're missing. If you've never been to Sierra Leone, you don't know what you're missing. Fine, fine bitches everywhere. Fine salon, titi and baba, them they everywhere. Don't tell where we they live in peace. Even though we disagree, now we they keep the peace. So 24/7 we they enjoy. From Freetown to Kenema, oh to my Kenny we they enjoy. I say from Tokyo to Roma to Saloma to Papa Clef, we enjoy. That's why me tell you, say, let me take you around the Lion Mountain to see the beauty and to see the fountains. Let me take you around the Lion Mountain to see the beauty. Don't come to a sweet, sweet, sweet salon. Any side where I go now this world, I not go forget salon. Welcome to a sweet, sweet, sweet salon. Any side where I go now this world, I not go forget salon. No matter who side you come out, I dey welcome you to salon. from Europe, America, I dey welcome you to Salon. From Asia around the world, welcome to Salon. Welcome to Salon. Lion Mountain, land of the free. Welcome to a sweet, sweet, sweet Salon. Any side where I go, not this wall, I don't go forget Salon. Welcome to a sweet, sweet, sweet Salon. Any side where I go, not this wall, I don't go forget Salon. I say welcome to Sierra Leone, wherever you're from. Welcome. Beautiful country, nice organic food. West Africa.
The land we go to bless, Salon. Now yeah, we go live in happiness. No place like home. This now we motherland. Now we for join them and build this land. Oh, me, I just feel say now me and you go make ya. Me, I just feel say now me and you go make ya. I just feel say now we no more go make ya. I just feel say now we no more go make ya. Let we live by that and Congo sa. Let we pull we and pandent in them with the poil Salon. Oh, 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 oh. Salon, now we country, sweet Salon. Now we for try for build this country, fine, fine Salon. It no matter how we be today, thing go fine one day. I said thing go better one day. Lion Mountain, beautiful beaches, hills and valleys, plenty of fishes, diamond and gold, rutile and bauxite. All we get from make Salon become paradise. Let we come together, forget for tribalism. Oh, 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 oh. Salon, now we country, sweet Salon. Now we for try for build this country, fine, fine Salon. It no matter how we be today, thing go fine one day. I said thing go better one day. I pledge my love and loyalty to my country, Salon. I vow to serve her faithfully at all times. I promise to defend her honor and good name. Always work for unity, peace, freedom, and prosperity. Yeah. Always work for unity, peace, freedom, and prosperity. Yeah. I put her interest above all else. So help me God. So help me God. Salon, now we country, sweet Salon. Now we for try for build this country, fine, fine Salon. It no matter how we be today, thing go fine one day. I said thing go better one day. Mama, Salon, we owe it to you. We go do all thing where we go able for better
money they do, plenty thing money they do. Where you not get up. Plenty thing money they do, plenty thing money they do, plenty thing money they do. Where you not get up. Money wa Allah, bamboo palava. Where you not get up. Woman palava, money kulala, that man palava. Where you not get up. You don't know me, eh? Chief Muku money spender. Money spender, me no money spender, full of munku money spender, I dey spender. Me no money spender, me no money spender, full of munku money spender, I dey spender. Me no money spender, me no money spender, full of munku money spender, I dey spender. Money they do, where you not get up. Money wa Allah, bamboo palava. Where you not get up. Woman palava, money kulala, man palava. Where you not get up. You don't know me, eh? Money wa Allah, bamboo palava. Where you not get up. Woman palava. Money kulala, that man palava. Where you not get up. Money wa Allah, bamboo palava.
Girl, I want you right by me forever. Will you be mine? Please, baby, mine. Oh, gosh. Big folk and country up in this, yeah. Yeah.
It's Bash on the beat.
Girl, I want you right by me forever. Will you be mine? Please, baby, mine. Oh, I only see you, I don't see no other. Will you be mine? Please, baby, mine. Mine. Me want send you love letter. Me want you, not me lie. Yeah. Me not see no other girl but you. Me not see no other girl. Me want send you love letter. Me want you not be alive. Me not see no other girl but you. Me not see no other girl but you.
Girl, you get the game, you feel by FIFA. Are you fine, so I know that you fever. Happiness so with the love, cause I see far. Back in the days, baby, you know me neighbor. Give me one chance for make I love you. Whispering no here just to keep it laughing. I'm addicted to your love, I can't do without it. You wanna into mine like Illuminati. Now they kiss with a guy like you and let me go. I know they kiss and tell, baby, that's for sure. You're the queen of my life, I will never let you go. Girl, you bad like Zizi.
Girl, I want you right by me forever. Will you be mine? Please, baby, mine. Oh, I only see you, I don't see no other. Will you be mine? Please, baby, mine. Mine. Me want send you love letter. Me want you, not me lie. Yeah. Me not see no other girl but you. Me not see no other girl. Me want send you love letter. Me want you, not me alive. Me not see no other girl but you. Me not see no other girl but you.
Yeah, girl, how you bad so? I like the way you cool and relax so. Turn around, baby, what you cock so? Hold up on you, girl, I bet by your swag. Louis on the bag, Gucci on the glasses. Perfume smell so sweet, Victoria's Secret. Everybody know you classic, not a secret. Sit by me saga, I'm a big girl crush. Waste no flat, let's jacket. I stop be fighting, that make now you a take. We find by them all and not a bad debate. Girl, you bad like sissy, give me.
Girl, I want you right by me forever. Will you be mine? Please, baby, mine. Oh, I only see you, I don't see no other. Will you be mine? Please, baby, mine. Mine. Me want shine you love letter. Me want you, now me lie. Yeah, me not see no other girl but you. Me not see no other girl. Me want send you love letter. Me want you, now me lie. Me not see no other girl but you. Me not see no other girl but you.
It's Bash on the beat.
Shady baby, shady baby, oh, shady baby, oh yeah, shady baby, oh. Anything you believe in, nothing gon' work for you, nothing gon' work for you. Nothing what you believe in, nothing gon' work for you, nothing gon' work for you. If you believe in mathematics, it gon' work for you, it gon' work for you. If you believe in Jabajantis, it gon' work for you, it gon' work for you. If you believe in Porto medicine, it gon' work for you, it gon' work for you. If you believe in country medicine, it gon' work for you, it gon' work for you. When you see man they cap, you get what they have open. And if he has gold, he gets a side hole. As you get to your belief, as all myself gets above. The truth is it at me. If we not believe, nobody go receive. If you believe, you go receive, you go receive. If you not believe, you not go receive, you not go make nobody pass judgments by the other man. Now Baba God know good and I the better one.
So I believe in myself, and they try me best. I go do me best, make Papa God do the rest. Believe in myself, yeah. I go try me best, I go do me best, make Papa God do the rest.
When you see man they cock, you get what they have open. And if he asks God, he gets a side hole. As you get to your belief, that's how myself gets above. The truth me say top me. If we not believe, nobody go receive. If you believe, you go receive, you go receive. If you not believe, you not go receive, you not go receive.
Like minds. Making strides, but we get we mind back home. Yeah, them are people who never leave them alone. Yeah. Anywhere we day, we love to the marrow and the bone. Sweet salon, yeah. Allegiance, we go back home. Every last thing that we own, yeah. Sound body and a sound mind. Press forward, never rewind, yeah. One stitch with it in time. Try not to get a big save nine. Good fucks with it in mind, yeah. Only who I go call me home. You know that me sweet salute, yeah. Sound body and a sound mind. Press forward, never rewind, yeah. Straight down left, we are moving on. Say we the carry on. Everybody dance, get your groove on. It's on in the right slide song. Straight down left, we are moving on. Say we the carry on. Everybody dance, get your groove on. It's on in the right slide song. Now we go slow. So the ends of the act, so make we grow so. Make we on like go start, make it better. Telling no lie, I'm keeping my head up high. Cause I know that turn by turn. And daddy God they bless me one by one. Facing the truth after all lies gone. Counting your many blessings one by one, one by one. And I've been waiting, got money on my mind, contemplating success a part of mine. Somebody and a sound mind. Press forward, never rewind, yeah. One stitch with it in time. Try not to get a big save nine. Good fucks with it in mind, yeah. Only who I go call me home. You know that me sweet salute, yeah. Somebody and a sound mind. Press forward, never rewind, yeah. Kabbalah. Straight down left, we are moving on. Say we the carry on. Everybody dance, get your groove on. It's on in the right slide song. Straight down left, we are moving on. Say we the carry on. Everybody dance, get your groove on. It's on in the right slide song. Now they fall on the water, then we turn fish. Be like a people, we're not selfish. You do that, my mission accomplish. And moving on, that's how we establish. And I've been waiting, got money on my mind, contemplating success a part of mine. Kabbalah. Straight down left, we are moving on. Say we the carry on. Everybody dance, get your groove on. It's on in the right slide song. Straight down left, we are moving on. Say we the carry on. Everybody dance, get your groove on. It's on in the right slide song.
Say all of me loving all of you, baby, cause you got the fire. And the way you holding me, touching me, kissing me, gravity, taking me higher. I said, now you know mom can treat me right. When you touch my body, baby, please come hold me tight. Oh yes, you're making me shiver. Oh yeah, cause you sabi, not you sabi the feeling. You sabi, not you sabi the oh. You sabi, not you sabi the feeling. You sabi you say me feeling this. Oh no. Sabi you say me feeling this. Oh, Sabi you say me feeling this. Girl, this your body not confirming. I no go like girl, you hot like saying a fire. Yeah. You make her feel I'm right inside me to long pepper. I see the sweet girl, so I can holla. And I like where you can put up on me. The way you using this your body for tease me. You they show me say now you a sabi. Cause when you hit me, girl, you hit my D-spot, yeah. my D-spots, yeah. Oh, baby, just you sabi, not you sabi, you sabi, not you sabi, oh, you sabi, not you sabi, you sabi, you sign me feeling this.
Sledge on the mix.
Many things today brings questions and doubts for tomorrow. What's happening? Is there hope for our youths? Can we survive this? Drugs, rape, corruption, depression, abuse, confusion, hopelessness, stress, joblessness, suicide attempts. Let's find the solutions together.
Welcome to the Quest with Success. Quest with Success. Transforming lives.
Transform and empower in our mission to change lives. We advocate for, sensitize, and educate citizens, especially our youths, with God at the center.
Them today don't come with questions and doubts for we tomorrow.
Waiting they happen. Hope go there for we young one them tomorrow.
We go able survive this.
We drug,
rape,
419,
well,
depression,
abuse,
confusion,
stress,
joblessness,
trauma and suicide attempts there.
Some of we brothers and sisters them the point at it. Better go there by my.
Make we come and find the solution together.
Welcome to the Quest with Success. Quest with Success. Transforming lives.
We transform and empower in a mission for change life.
We they advocate, sensitize, and educate we people them, especially for we young one them.
With God on our side, all things will be well.
people, this is Cry from the Slums.
I am Pamela Wilson.
And I am Joshua Kebi.
We have a special offer for you.
Well, it's called Hashtag Cry from the Slum Free Weekly Giveaway Data.
All you have to do is by posting on all your social media platforms our content and make sure to get the highest like, the highest views and the highest share.
Also, ensure to screenshot your post and send it to our WhatsApp number showing on the screen to get yourself the 50 Leone's data. Hashtag Cry from the Slum Free Weekly Giveaway Data. Let's get this challenge started. Tell your friends to tell their friends so that their friends will tell their friends' friends. We got you thinking there for a sec, right? Don't
miss out.
Watch out.
Cry from the slums.
Mina Chief Palma me Eskabo di Question 3. We cover from Kokugbe na Mafengbe. I did tell thank you to Cry from the Slum organization to the goodness we don't bring come na this my own community. I dey pray God for the people them we come to one for make this happen. Like Pastor Success, he meet me in the community, he say want for make me people them benefit out of voting there for good donation. So I'm glad it so much. Then I'm glad for them. Then I tell them thank you, let God bless them. I see plenty bag of rice where they can pack na my community sake of the slum people. So I tell them thank you, let God bless them. Let God make this they continue. Me no say then get sorry out for we the slum people. What thing them don't do na this my community. I appreciate them so much. I'm glad for them. Let God Almighty Allah reward them good reward. Then think for the people that were in the slum for make them benefit out of all the goodness where they come. So we not get nothing for say, for tell them. Now plenty, thank you no more we get for tell them.
You never forget nothing. But you will believe God, they put in power. God, they rest in case upon you. I don't know what you tell me, but only for the people. But what I believe in, the grace of God is one. When God did not give you, there are free gifts. Jesus Christ can't die, not can die for one person. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believe. If you didn't also believe, whether you're a Muslim or whether you're a Christian or if you believe in that name Jesus, and also that name, but if you believe in the name Jesus, today, the problem is solved. I don't care whose kind of problem I get, but today, what's all I do? Today, inside Jesus' name, the problem goes solved. I don't care ask for donation. I can't answer for my salvation. And because of the answer today, God will make us save. Jesus will touch me. Tonight, Jesus will touch me. Tonight, Jesus will touch me, Pekin. He will touch me, my husband. Now you know more. Now you know more. Hey, now you know more. You know what? If you seek, I want you to say seek and ask God for judgment. And when you get the answer, you better the answer that you respond. Put your hand, who say that? And see this on Sunday. Yeah, we will. With faith, God will heal you right now. God will heal you right now. I don't know where we go. Now you know more. Yesterday, now you. Today, self, now you. Friday, now you hard. Now you hold, Papa. Now you hold. Now you hold. Now you give me this life, yeah. Oh, now you hold. Yesterday, today, self, now you. Friday, now you everything I double. Everything I double. Everything I double. I say, oh, my God is good. Come on, take something and roll. Take something and roll. Take something and roll. Love me today. Everything was a kind of do. Love me my head. Love me my head.
Cry from the slums. From the slums.
Na Chief Palmami Kuma na collecton. I tell God thank you for cry for the slump. For the years where they send for people that na collecton. Then also the sign say you get for helping them people here because waiting you all waiting they promised today. Now they don't come for cash supply the rest. We say with this one I wondering, but the pastor here bear with the people that take to this hour. So if that don't happen, me I believe say be happiness to we Cumos today to waiting with this. I believe so let continue. Now thank you.
I mean, the chief you wealth na the community. I mean, they cover the woman them. We tell God thank you for what you don't do for we. Pastor Sussex, we tell her plenty thank you. We tell her thank you. And what you do for we with the poor one there, the cry of the slum. We tell you na boku thank you. And what them be promise we don't see. Now they don't come for giving rest.
Tell God thank you. The crime for this slum, we don't care with this food here for winning the rest. For the community people and for we the poor one them, we tell them thank you for let God bless them, let God add more for them. And the community really appreciate them, so we tell them thank you. If I reach there, I tell the pastor self, where is it for the program also? Pastor succeed. Actually, he don't succeed. By God in power, he don't succeed. So where is a success? If the success is the pan and bing, if they see and if they act like now where they want succeed, and you go succeed by God in power.
Today, I don't listen to the word. Papa God, you know me by name, by nature. Jesus, I believe in you. I believe in your word. Give me the grace where I need. But not give up. No matter what they go through right now. Let me circumstance not change me. May I continue this journey where I don't start so. As I don't take my first step, give me the strength. For take my second step. For take my third step. To continue for work out with you. Every day, every night. Help me. Man, not give up.
Cry from the slums.
real name is Joseph Alaji Ike, for the coordinator of the community. On behalf of the women in our community videos, we tell Cry for the Slum, thank you for waiting the rock and do in the community as they come. They promise we say they will come and support the women, them, especially the video them, a bag of rice, and they don't do and fulfill their promise.
And on behalf of the woman there, when they are we want for thank you to Cry from the Slum for this donation where they can give you. We appreciate them much and we gladly for this donation, Yaso. We pray that God will replenish them. God will open more doors for them so that more blessing will come when they can give to the woman, the widow, and the other disabled people then.
And the devil they use strategy for capture your heart. The moment you heart engage with bitterness, the moment you engage with grudge, the moment you engage with grief, the moment you engage with things that are not okay, then the devil get power over you. Listen, God say, He said if you can get a gift in house. Now we can go give offering, now one go give blessing. Say, hey, I want to come bless the man of God, or I want to bless this church, or I want to build Papa God in house. God say, if you get problem with your brother or sister, you don't settle them. He said, may you take the gift, you put it on the altar, and go back and go make peace with your brother and sister before they come and present your gift to them before you accept them. If you want to build church, if you want to build mosque, if you want to build house for people here, if your heart don't see, you don't see heaven. If I never make it alive, watch people here poor. Some man in poverty they continue for poor because of the hearts they not clean. So you continue for them to poverty they die. Anybody who acts pure, he and God they work at the same line. Because the Bible make it clearly says that only the pure in heart will see Jesus. Don't allow anybody in bad character affect your good character. As we don't can answer right now, we can open heaven. So the wrong side, they pick the wrong side, they pick the wrong husband. Things the wrong side of this nation, of this place. God they burn them down to this earth.
Amen.
the man check. Say now he pull the one. So now he pull another one. Now he say nothing not do. Now he say congratulations, say bravo. So I just want to tell God thank you because some man people last week, okay, problem, there is some let God continue for use and mighty. Let God bless you. Let God provide for them.
Cry from the slums.
On behalf of the handicap redevelopment, received a donation of some amount of money from Cry from the Slum, bag of rice, clothing, etc. So I want to tell you plenty thank you, Cry from the Slum, for the effort you do for we the vulnerable in the society. The same business in this country, especially the rain season. Now we get more challenge in Sierra Leone. Forget we daily feed towards we picking them. Also, now the time we get another challenge where school for European we will get provision. So I want to tell them, Cry from the Slum, plenty thank you. Also, they call on others people who will support Cry from the Slum for let them more focus on them for say they deliver to the really need in the community.
Cry from the slums.
Me my name Abdullah Kuruma, and me a member of Handicap Youth Development Association. Actually, how I take contract this that we brother there now through television, because I can see them on television where they render help to we brothers and sisters with a disability. So myself, I take this challenge, but not call them people there because they give them number now they scream. And I say, well, not call this me brother, but not explain you waiting now with problems of this organization here. Yesterday, I did claim the step now. Now my brother called me. Say, so now day. Now say, we did 15 equals. And I say, well, now give this number to the chairman for let call me. So that while I give the number, chairman call out this morning back, chairman can tell we say the man there for come. But I really glad it because not for only the permission, but the love when they show we as brothers and sisters. We really know say yes, we are part of the society and we useful. So that them back they can make friends with we and not only this no more. We pray they're going to go able to motivate them, then go where they palm, they're going to guide them and protect them. And una back on the outside and on the help for let this child go before you are una color una help them people and people when they get so react for the disability.
Cry from the slums.
Me na able to Sanko, me na deputy challenge. We challenges and they talk behalf of the association. Handicap Youth Development Association, one either. The challenge is again as disabled. If Boku we go picking and as soon as the teacher man don't talk, the other brother don't talk back. So the challenge is in Boku. The place who serve the ledon, the picking and sign no day for ledon. From no day because the room like our brother don't talk no more. I see the enter so. Right at the place, they look go brothers. If they get chance no more, then go look at the room there, then go see and the constraint of the constraint. It's not easy for we as disabled, and we suffer a lot. The picking we get girl picking especially girl picking. You the mama, you don't go inside, papa don't go inside. You don't go in bully in a room. The parlor way they the way you don't go inside, no, that's what that picking they do. And we picking then they come on add the ones and they can't add the ones. Then they suffer too, but they go through a lot because we don't able to control them. Because honest can we inside room there. We left them in a panel. What did they do? What did they not do? No, they understand. As disabled, on our future leader tomorrow. Then they all with the constraint and the place will not get place. One made the help we the toilet area you but could talk no they like our brother don't talk no more. We got some of disabled the way we say the no worker. Bad na grip and a grip. And the place where una see no more na oh brother they can where they see no more na the place I dey. We concentrate we go through a lot. We dey beg una do ya na una help we. Even school they can be na through God in power no more we picking to survive. And you na disabled where they go na to pass it take you picking there for push you.
I begin here for land. And the wheelchair, some of we na wheelchair we dey use. Oh, na cinnamon and na ground and that's it also. Some of we na crutch the whole. Some of we na caliper. When you go for make a caliper, then they charge you at disabled. When you get 1,500,000, 2 million, they no go make for you caliper. We are beg with the beg. They appeal to una make una help you for wheelchair there, with crutches there. When they use caliper there, make they help you.
Tell una thank you, una member we the disabled them, 15 Ecowa Street. So we there Ecowa Street, we constrain you beaucoup. We chairman don't talk, we brother don't talk, we sister don't talk. Then me what I want to cry for medical facility. I assume now. Not so for saying that picking away they come. Now we all born them. So as disabled at this Ecowa Street as disabled. So they cry for anyone who get medical facility. May they help we who they beg. May God make una only una program them, una activity them, una can show we love. May God continue for show una love. May una do more than this. So they ask una anyone who get medical facility, may they help we.
Okay.
More wheelchair crutches, they use them. Then that caliper how they clap now the food.
Okay.
Oh, possibly they stand strong. When they don't go churches for them, we can use them back. But then there are no facility, no there. More food, there's school they can open more. No get nothing.
Hello, my people in the salon. This is a Cry from the Slum organization. So today, at Ecowa Street, now the Handicap Youth Development Association, where then they reach out to me a couple of weeks ago, where this border, where they with me, call me, say take a number from the screen on the national TV, and they explain the problem and cry on how they go through strain at this particular area. So we thought it fit for come today, we can bless them with rice, used clothing, and other items then. So we not just want to stop it because we don't cancel. We see say there is a need for the disabled at this particular place. We don't cancel. We come and see them picking them there also, and other people in there also where they go through strain a lot. So we want you where they out there where they watch you. For side go reach out to the people also na Ecowa Street. If you're able to reach out to them, you can still contact me. Cry from the Slum. We will make sure we can reach out to them and get back to them back. Right south at Sinap, na the Wampala of the disabled. Of course, you see, we there also with volunteers them and them picking them na the Handicap Youth Development. We actually come do donation on a call we received a couple of weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, where we received call from one of them. We call we said they suffered in the strain na this place here on Ecowa Street. And we said we can say reality to talk about. Today we don't come with rice, used clothing and other items there. But it not do because when we can see more needs as we don't hear from them a lot of what they don't talk about. We suffer for help for talk to people them out there in the country, individuals them out there, organizations out there, who will partner with me or come at this place here for can support them with the full money they ask for, them picking them where they struggle. With them self, they say they need crutch and they need wheelchair, they need some other items them. They struggle for food stuff and even in place. So we want you where they out there where they watch me. For side go reach out to them people also na Ecowa Street. If you're able to reach out to them, you can still contact me. Cry from the Slum. We will make sure we can reach out to them and get back to them back.
Merry Christmas! Among the 6 zones that we will get, now only 4 zones qualify over for attention today. We get the Kube, Arabi, Collector, and Sinapi. Hello? And this is what they can do today. So, this is another part of our supply. This is not what our supply is. So, this is what they can do today. Now, when the Christmas they come, we're not just wanting the Christmas just come and pass going on. Instead of saying the Christmas holiday they come, let me all enjoy together. No one gets back dress and the money where now for them, they community will also celebrate the Christmas party for themselves.
Cry from the slum. On behalf of Kurube community, we tell you plenty thank you. The workers them, oh, they are grateful people them. I remember the time when I go give you the bag rest on Kurube. I admire Asem Pikia. Then they took bag rest from up the hill, second down. I praise you for that. I tell God thank you for our lives them. May God grant you our desire. Amen. On behalf of the Kurube community, we want to extend thank you to the donors them. The mercy they been can give me. Hey, me like me man me today they man me but this seven I know me can find so. They don't change your lives them. Some of you pick them in the panis push. Through the prayer of Pastor Success, God don't put changes in our community. We tell Papa God thank you.
I want to appreciate God first. There with Pastor Success and Pastor. When they give me with Christmas gifts.
We really tell una thank you. Let God make we say this money come out. For now, una can't do this donation. Let God add more. Let God make una able to do this. Boku time for we, boku years.
I don't get much for say because I overwhelmed because of this kind of thing. One day we will not get this kind of thing. This is the first step. So before I go left Lloyd, we all give them one Christmas song. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Christmas na the time we celebrate Jesus Christ. Now the time when we come together, we rejoice because God sent us Savior in this world. On behalf of Cry from the Slum organization, we want to wish the one nation a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. We go together as we sing. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. A Happy New Year.
From the slums.
On behalf of Ada Living Hope Orphanage, we want to say big thanks to Mommy Josephine and Auntie Kate and Cry from the Slum for their gesture and help towards the orphanage. We appreciate and we pray that God will continue to open more doors of provision for una. Una say go to think about the picking them and help them inside Jesus Christ's name. Wheresoever their money come out to una purchase until for the picking them, God will multiply for una inside Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Thank you, Auntie Josephine. Thank you, Auntie Josephine.
Let's celebrate your birthdays, anniversaries, or any important event with the less privileged at the slums, hospital, orphanage, blind schools, and get amazing memories. We offer free, professional, high-quality pictures for all type of events you celebrate with the less privileged. Contact 078-184870. Call or WhatsApp 078-184870. You can give away foods, clothes, or any gift you have to share with the less privileged. God bless you as you make the world a better place. Cry from the Slums organization, they inform everybody in a salon about the event where they call Memories with the Slums. Memories with the Slums na event where they take place in the slums where you will get your birthday party, anniversary, we want to celebrate with the one we not get. You can go and be a blessing to them. You can give them clothes, you can give them food, you can give them anything you want to share with them during this your birthday or anniversary celebration. All you can do now for contact Cry from the Slums on 078-184870. 078-184870. You can call or WhatsApp them now and get the best celebration ever with the less privileged. God bless you as you make the world a better place and as you make difference. Now the one that we not get than life. And so God will bless you.
Together we fight, together we win.
Cry from the Slums organization t-shirts are available for free for all volunteers. Thanks to all volunteers, and God bless you all for joining this amazing journey of great transformation in our nation and the world at large. If you want to be part or volunteer and make a lasting impact in the world today, join Cry from the Slums organization. To be part, contact the number on your screen. God bless you.
Cry from the slums.
Cry from the Slum na organization wey don dey long term now, and this organization therefore help the less privileged, the blind, the crippled, fire victims, night workers, and this organization don dey do for whole thing there na the country. Like when the mom done, they can prepare food for the blind, the crippled, the beggars, the fire victims, and the night workers. And this organization also they go school to school for help girl picking them, for making them turn night workers them. Cry from the Slum, cry from the Slum. Don't they help Mama Salon for go before?
Cry from the slums.
Cry from the Slums. We are a non-profit, non-governmental humanitarian organization that seeks to address the needs and issues of vulnerable girls, youths, women and children in our communities. Over the years, we have reached out to slums as well as communities of victims of different abuses, such as drug addicts, commercial sex workers, HIV and AIDS victims, TB victims, as well as juveniles into social ills. We are therefore seeking for supporting partners who will complement our move. We have TV and radio talk shows. We do educational school campaigns. We create awareness of issues such as say no to drug abuse, say no to violence, say no to prostitution, say no to human trafficking, say no to child abuse, say no to early marriage, say no to poverty. Enhancing people's knowledge, understanding, and skills influence people's values and attitudes, encouraging more responsible behavior. We do community workshops and religious group meetings through which we educate and advocate for a better and healthier society. We have also been providing monthly special basic needs to victims while operating a food bank with monthly food distribution to feed the less privileged. This also caters for emergency food provision to beneficiaries during emergency cases, fire disaster, and flooding. We will appreciate your generous donations in cash or in kind, clothing materials, food items, medical items, and any other thing your organization may wish to send through the channel stated below. Doctors who are touched by what we do are also encouraged to partner with us in making medical services available to these victims. We look forward to hearing from you. Kindly contact us through cryfromtheslums@gmail.com. Telephone number +232 7818 4870. WhatsApp number +232 3207 2757. Our vision is to transform the lives of the young generation, to discover, educate, empower, and advocate for the development of our society. Our mission is to empower vulnerable children, youth, and women from the slums, especially the commercial sex workers. As it was said in Jude 1:23, snatch them from the fire, let their comeback be greater than their setbacks. Our goal is to spread love, to make great impact in taking action in the fight against prostitution, drug abuse, child abuse, violence, human trafficking, and extreme poverty in our communities. So we have started the fight by helping the needy and empowering vulnerable children, youth, and women from the streets, slums, especially the commercial sex workers in our society. We strongly believe that together we can do it and make the world a better place by snatching them from the fire and let their comeback be greater than their setbacks. Together we can fight. Together we can win.
For the past 12 years, I have endured persistent suffering in my legs. Even during last Friday's prayer service, the excruciating pain and swelling made it a challenge for me to attend. Those present with me can attest to the severity of my condition. As I sat at the back during the service, the discomfort in my leg persisted, preventing me from participating fully in the praise and worship. However, a miraculous transformation occurred after the prayer when the pastor called upon us to approach the altar for healing in the name of Jesus. Without any physical movement on my part, I experienced a profound healing sensation that enabled me to move my legs freely once again. I give thanks to Jesus.
Cry from the slums.
My children were not with me. They were staying with their friends. One of them was sick, so I brought her to the pastor. I said, "Pastor, my child has been suffering for the past 1 year, constantly scratching from head to toe. She can't sleep, she keeps scratching day and night without resting or eating food. We visited numerous hospitals, but haven't found a solution. Last Friday's service, I brought her to the pastor with a bottle of water. After the pastor prayed over the water in the name of Jesus, my child used it and the scratching stopped immediately. I am grateful to God for this miracle."
Cry from the slums.
Moses Success Kamara is foremost a worship leader of the Christian faith, a philanthropist with a high ambition of reducing poverty, sheltering the homeless, and elevating the standards of the less fortunate in his natal land, Sierra Leone. Founder and CEO of Heart of Quest Company, a multimedia content creation company, which is the creation of Cry from the Slums, a non-government and non-profit organization. Founder of the Quest with Success, with 10 years of experience in changing lives, his organization feed and clothe the needy, help the destitute, give back to the community, and foster the minds of the young generation to heighten themselves and their environment. Cry from the Slums show, which airs daily. The show is watched by millions of people every day, showing the rundown conditions of the inhabitants of the ghettos and the slums, notably the sex workers and orphans. With a handful of volunteers, the Cry from the Slums team make way to various areas of the country where poverty is rife and people struggle for their daily bread. Food donations and other commodities for the well-being of the poor are given, with money to sustain the lives of those who dwell in makeshift homes and the homeless. He is a TV personality, a motivational national speaker who also found the talent in photography, videography, video directing and editing, creating television and social media content. A gospel artist who is also the current managing director of J Production Gospel Recording Studio and national coordinator and events manager at Make Jesus Known Movement Sierra Leone. He is also a director at the International Quest Academy, a subsidiary of the Heart of Quest Company. Success believes, above all, that he is on a mission to work for the greater good of society.
Many people in the salon. My name is Evangelist Success, the CEO for Cry from the Slums organization. Cry from the Slums organization, they out there for fight against poverty and issues that affect the nation. By the grace of God, we don't work at this nation and we still work for see how we help in nation building. The journey still continue. As Cry from the Slums organization, we main aim and goal and for see that how we go help in nation building. This 2025 will get a lot of package for the people in a saloon, especially the young one. If you're out there, you know to do anything, you time free, and now for you to want to say you idle, you know, say Bible make and clearly to we say the idle mind is the devil workshop. By the grace of God, Cry from the Slum don't join hand with Nafa Restaurant. We want to embark on the first project inside 2025 for give out free catering training session to everybody we need them in a salon. Whether in a young person, youth, old person, we get the desire for land, the knowledge for you. You can join me in this free training session.
Me and the proprietress from Nafa Fast Foods. Of course, we all sabi Pastor Success. We decide for come together for give back to the nation. We want for make sure say we see plenty youth be empowered. We will say youth, even if you're out there, you're a big man, you're a big woman, you want for empower, it's never too late.
So this is a good start, 2025. We all appreciate so you read this kind of good news. But I want to know how the practical get for going to take place. If not, people will go to pay for the practical, or people let several volunteer for say even the practical self will be free. So that no question.
We not get for pay a single cent. With the help of Pastor Success, so we still come together, we'll give out free training. Because in this catering industry, there's so much you need for land, we will empower yourself. You're able to work, you're able to be independent, you open your own small business. The time is very short, now 8 weeks. So now it will therefore make them useful. Anytime we come, if we decide say today we make grilled chicken. We no one day go make chicken, wait tomorrow we go open and so side block come on. So say you land. We start with the catering. We get for go for decor. We get other areas the way we get for go into facial waiting. But for now we start with the catering. 8 weeks intensive training. But when we say 8 weeks intensive training, it involves a lot. Food production, not to just for run go inside the kitchen, cut your abasi and make fish and no. There is so much we need for land. Want any subscribe una go haste say this now from Nafra and Cry from the Slum. May them welcome una.
We give this training session to the young people and we they out there when they do nothing. Before they sit down there, I do begin think of negative things that we for engage themselves with. We want for say I will clear the shelf. That make we decide for come together for help in nation building. Wherein after this session, you know, you can take this session and go, but after the session, we try by all means so they will link you up for let you get work. Whether you want to go work as cook na home, whether you want to go work as a professional caterer na an office, or you can decide for get your own catering service that you own. Because the good thing that you don't learn this skill. After you learn this skill, we teach you how to manage your own business and how for engage yourself. So with no wasting time, the registration they go on now and are free. Never cost you nothing. If you want for no more, contact me through this number 078184870.
Cry from the slums.
So as I say earlier on, Cry from the Slum gets a lot of package for Unam. That are just the first package we don't unfold to Unam. We get many package them for Unam out there. Of course, if you get out there, you're not a widow, you don't lost your man. You get out there, you're not orphan, you don't lost your mama and papa. You get out there, you're not single mother. Maybe for some reason you're a man not there again, but you born your kid where you just struggle for take care of. You get out there, you're not commercial sex worker, which I mean, they want the way they go sell them body for money, we want for change. And you get out there, you don't become a flood victim or fire disaster victim. Contact me through the number on the screen. Cry from the Slum organization don't embark on the new journey where we don't start inside 2024, wherein initially before when we get them people here so they cater for, we always they go out there in the slums, try for see how they reach out to them. For example, the one day we don't live in the streets, we want for change from that street life to better life, where they help discover them, bring them calm, train them, after we don't give them training for some time, the one we qualify with the help of business capital. And the one them way now fire disaster victim, flood victim, we they go discover them. Once we know so this person is a real victim, we help out with their condition. The widow, we then help out with the food bank supply, or they give away with bags of rice, food stuff, and clothing. So, but we find out, say, majority of the people who will be reach out to the past years, some of them not to be the real beneficiaries them, because the people who will be go put together, then people here so for we understand, say, when supply come, we can go bags of rice, food, clothing, money to the destitute and people here on the underprivileged group here. They will find out, say, majority of some of them people here will we meet na their slum community also. They gather their own family where they can give for give them supply also. Now later we understand, say, not to the real people here. Because of that one day, we decide for do a registration where they do right now as I talk to you. Now different slum community for the one them way fall under the category also. The widow, the orphan, the people that win at the fire disaster victim, the flood victim, single mothers. The one that way they out there wanted to do work, we not get nothing what they do. So we go register them and get their identity. We get what we call donation number. When you give it, when you use them for go verify that your community, if what you can tell we not to say really you're not orphan or not to say really you're not widow. Because we don't get so many cases them where some people can't lie, but we say their man and don't die just for them to receive donation. You can't kill your man for bags of rice and other items the way it's not important. So because of the one they make we verify them now with that ID card. We do the last donation for give away food rice. And then the bags of rice where we don't pull, we don't get the supply. We find out say the card will give them. People then go duplicate the card back and the number begin for increase. So what we do, we decide for cut down the donation. Then one day we they duplicate the card, we make sure say we won't forget picture now. If we snap the individual, we register them. In face, in order for use again for fake anybody, your donation number now only we don't qualify with your donation number, you don't get ID card. Now ain't qualify for legal supply. And not happening after we don't do your registration, we don't get your information, we don't take your picture, we don't get your data, we don't go verify your community if indeed you're not a real beneficiary we qualify for getting suppliers so or qualify for all support with business or with work, whatever thing we supposed to support you with. Now when you show your ID card, and after your ID card, we never stop there. We get for the meets every Friday. Every Friday with the meets na number 16 Aberdeen Ferry Road, back of Old Market. Every Friday with the meet at number 16 Aberdeen Ferry Road, back of Old Market. We meet every Friday and Sundays. On Friday, we meet 5 o'clock p.m. And then on Sunday, we meet 7 o'clock. Before they say 8 o'clock, we can don't finish with meetings. On Sunday, at 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. On Friday, at 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So on Friday, you want to one day register. You're not widow, you're out there. You're not orphan, you're out there. You're not single mother, you're out there. Or any of them category are we for fire disaster victim, flood victim, drug addict, somebody with na commercial sex worker, right girl want for change from that life day. You can go and do your registration on Friday number 16 Aberdeen Ferry Road. I do the registration and then see how we start the journey with you now. So if you're out there, now the first thing is for get this message. You're welcome for going on number 16 Aberdeen Ferry Road or contact me through the number on the screen for the registration. Now free, in order for cost you nothing absolutely. Another information way I get for salon people out there, as usual, we can inform the public and inform the nation about what they affect the nation. But some people not can take it serious until it go out of hand. I remember when the push started at this nation, the drug issue started at this nation, we start for inform people on this platform, na TV, radio station, na the school. We make a school campaign. What we do, we try to reach out to all the schools in this nation. Cry from the Slum organization take the step for do school campaign, community campaign, and college campaign. Where we make sure we go out there for educate people about the substance abuse that we nation Sierra Leone. Until when the thing go out of hand, now the time everybody begin take them. Well, I don't come back today for inform the people in this nation about the new drug where they kill the young people in this nation. We get different kind of drug right now in this nation we will not pay attention on. We just focus on this kush. But I tell you, the kush is there and not stop it, it's still there on. And this new drug, there's a new drug we name Take Me to America. Now, a substance when you take them, it disturb your mind. The ion freak when they take you in, it make you act like somebody don't go mad. You didn't as a lawyer, so with the CCF na California, I don't know Sky. Kind team or kind make sure they put this in that dog day. When you take it.
near the Colombian border.
I can't tell you when the government's going to be open.
Brexit crisis.
Targets in Gaza in response to a Hamas.
Forces following protesters near the Colombian border.
I can't tell you when the government's going to be open.
Brexit crisis.
Targets in.
Good evening and welcome to the program. I am Eddie Momo. Well, joining me tonight on the program, I have veteran journalist, the General Recap, Inisa Samadou Sise, and from the medical school, Dr. Abdul Karim Bawa. Dr. Bawa is also our China specialist on international perspective. Gentlemen, good to see you. Well, tonight is the war between Israel and Hamas finally over, or rather, has Israel agreed to stop the 15 months of bombardment of and killing of innocent Palestinian women and children finally over. Tonight we assess the ceasefire agreement announced just a few days ago between the government of Israel and Hamas. Donald Trump will be sworn in on Monday for the second time to become U.S. president. He will succeed Mr. Joe Biden. Biden has spent the last 7 days going around America telling people and anyone who cares to listen that is about his 4 years in office. He claims to have done a very good job, but is he right? Tonight we want to look at that. Has the world been any safer and more prosperous under the Biden administration? Also in the program tonight, we go back to a report we brought to you about 2 weeks ago, talking about corruption. This report particularly named 2 African leaders as being among the most corrupt world leaders. The 2 leaders named were the Nigerian President Ahmed Bola Tinubu and William Ruto of Kenya. So they are among the most corrupt political leaders in the world. Well, unfortunately, we can't bring you that report tonight, but we will talk about it as well and see whether, in fact, corruption is only limited to Africa. Because in Africa, when we talk about corruption, we tend to point fingers at our political leaders. But we have evidence that corruption is not only limited to Africa, we have corruption all over the place. Well, gentlemen, before we all that, we want to look at other news that have made international headlines. Unisa, I start with you.
Thank you very much, Eddie. I am attracted by a very sad incident in South Africa involving illegal mining of gold. You know, the news has been on for about 2-3 weeks now. A disused mining pit owned by a multinational was left unattended, and the report we have is that illegal immigrants and also some poor South Africans went in to mine that gold, and they got trapped in that pit. Now, when they got trapped, the government is claiming that the owner of the mine didn't do the needful to make sure that the mine is protected, and therefore the owner of the mine should have responsibility to get those people out. But they themselves, they say it's the government's responsibility. So there was a long argument between them, you know, and then the government said, okay, these are illegal immigrants, we will smoke them out, and when they come out, we'll arrest them.
Smoke them out?
Yeah, precisely. So they have been there for about 3 months, until the mining union took the matter to court, and the court directed that action should be taken to remove those people. And lo and behold, when they went out now, they discovered that some people came out very emaciated. About 78 people had died. Now this is very important because we're having a similar situation in Sierra Leone, for example, where reports have been made about illegal mining taking place in some parts of the country. And let me just say, without malice, now those two, this is international perspective, and I think we must discuss this issue, because Ghanaians and Chinese have been identified in this type of illegal mining.
In this country?
In this country. So this is why...
Do we know the parts in the country?
Chocolate is one of them. You know, the mining authorities have had cause to go there, make some arrests, and even seize some machines. But it shows that the government is not present in many of these type of places. So that we want to avoid what happened in South Africa, you know, because it is possible that local authorities are also conniving some of these things. Now, as we are talking here on this station, there are people who live in some part of the country who know that indeed some of these things are going on. So just to mention that the government not to do like the South African government, to say it is not our business, and then you end up having a disaster, which has resulted in 78 people killed. Well, the last I heard is that the government is still saying that those who are illegal immigrants will be prosecuted.
You mean the South African government?
In South Africa, yes.
Dr. Bawa.
Well, I'm being taken by the changeover of government in the Republic of Ghana. You know, on the 7th of January, there has been the change of governments in the Republic of Ghana, wherein President Dramani Mahama came in as the 14th president of Ghana. And after that, taking over, a whole lot of scenarios, a whole lot of drama has erupted, has evolved. I think last week there was an accident. Their biggest market was on fire in Accra, the Makola market.
Makola market.
Yes. Almost about 50% of that market was burnt down. And that's shortly after he took over. And
do you know what caused the fire?
Well, they are investigating, and they're still investigating the issue, the cause of the fire. So as at now, there has not been any report yet. But the interesting thing about the changeover is the process of democracy in Ghana. I mean, when the people voted, they went into election peacefully. There was no incidents of intimidation or harassment or voter rigging. It was a first round victory for the NDC.
56%.
Yes, 56% for the NDC. And the outgoing president left huge sums of debt on the country. He has operated this IMF and World Bank loan since he came to power. And even at the point when he was leaving, he still was taking loans to support the system in Ghana. And when this new administration took office, I think within days, when they took office, a day or two, the former people within the administration have signed to transfer almost $2 billion
from those loans,
from the Ministry of Finance to different accounts. They did that.
Accounts?
Yes. No. To business accounts.
Business accounts.
Just a day before the handing over, they do those transfers, and it's supposed to have taken, I think, 3 to 7 days before those monies would have been transferred. So immediately they took over, they were able to discover.
Why did they do that?
Well, I mean, they think when they are going, they should just take the money in the coffer and just share it among business groups they are doing businesses with. Over $2 million was transferred 24 hours before the.
What came out of that?
Well, they are investigating the matter. That's part of democracy. The president is very calm. He's very composed. He's trying to look at things from a very positive angle and then try to address it in the way. And during that transition, these MPs, when they debated the issues, the successes of Nana Akufo-Addo, the outgoing president, it was so terrible when you see
I listened to some of those.
When you hear that debate.
Yeah, I listened to those ones.
So democracy, at some point, people should know is a matter of time. When you are there, make sure you do the right things, because it will come a time when you have to exit.
I can't forget you.
Yes, and when you exit, you have to face some accountability. So in Ghana, actually, their democracy was very smooth. The transition was very smooth from one political party.
Even before the final results were announced, the opposition had conceded.
Exactly. There was no fighting. People were not intimidated.
No, not at all.
I think that is a good example.
Maybe the NPP stronghold. I mean,
I mean, when people speak, I think we should try to respect the voice of the majority. I mean, that is democracy as they speak. Remember when Donald Trump, they said he won, nobody made any noise about it, and they are just moving on with the transition. It's the same thing in Ghana. People should not be fighting over
individuals.
They should take the country first. I think that's what the
Ghanaians have demonstrated.
Yes, they took their country first. Even though there are people within the PPP, as they call it, or the PDP, but the NDC, people voted from the opposition.
That's what I'm saying.
For the party in government.
They wanted change.
Because they just wanted some change in Ghana. Because after 10 years of Nana Akufo-Addo, they think much has not changed.
The expectation is so high. You think Mr. Mahama will deliver?
I think
the expectation is very, very high.
With his composure, I think if he has the right people around him, they can
very
deliver.
important as well,
because it's not just about him as a leader. It is the people who are in the vehicle with him, because he is the driver.
He's the driver, yes.
The passengers that he carry with him, if they are not working in his interest, then definitely they will get some breakdown along the way. So he has to actually drive the vehicle in a very smooth and steady way. Running after people, doing things that we waste a lot of time for development. I don't think he's too much interested in that. But in any case, people have to account for what they did.
Incidentally, I see that he named a woman vice president. Ghana for the first time is having a woman as vice president.
Yeah, sure.
Professor Nana Addo.
I mean, that is the beauty of democracy and the recognition of women to be part of the system, the governance system. I mean, if it's not about giving people percentages to become leaders, as long as they are competent
and can deliver.
I think that's what they practice. The woman is really competent, and she can deliver. So there's no need to give her put her under a quota system. She's qualified. She's trained. I mean, she's an academic.
Ghana has always set the pace. Since independence, Ghana has always set the pace in Africa. Ghana has always been set, the pace setters in Ghana since the 50s, when they first Nkrumah's period, until the military and all the rest of that. They've always been, unless the last 8 years, the Nana Akufo's government was a disaster, to say the least. Anyway, gentlemen, I want to talk about I see that the Iranians and the Russians have just signed another agreement in the light of what is happening currently internationally regarding international security. The Iranian leader was in Moscow just a couple of days ago to talk with Mr. Putin. He signed a deal. Among them was security and economic cooperation. This is not a coincidence. It came at a time when, in fact, there are so many changes in the world political dynamics. Anyway, gentlemen, let's go straight now to other issues. Unfortunately, we can't show videos tonight because the SLBS has serious technical problems using videos, so we can talk tonight. Gentlemen, let's look at, I mentioned a report we brought to listeners, viewers about 2 weeks ago. This report was released at the end of last year. This report named 2 African leaders among about 50 other leaders to be the world's most corrupt leaders. But gentlemen, can we say corruption is only limited to Africa? Because in Africa, when we talk about corruption, we tend to limit this to political leaders. As this report rightly pointed out, it named the Nigerian Bola Tinubu. I didn't know that, in fact, he was a drug dealer in his early days in America. Also, the report named Mr. William Ruto as having spent so much money in the country's resources to fund his private enterprises. Anyway, unfortunately, we can't bring this report. But what we want to talk about, gentlemen, is about whether, in fact, we can limit corruption just to Africa. Elisa, I sent you a video earlier on to see Mr. Sarkozy, the former French president, is also standing trial for corruption and embezzlement and illicit campaign funds. He borrowed money from the late Libyan leader. When he begged for it, he lied to Mr. Gaddafi. He gave him $52 million to run his campaign. And yet this is a man who championed Gaddafi's fall. You saw that video. Mr. Sarkozy faces a term of 10 years imprisonment if found guilty. What can you tell us about this?
Well, Eddie, Nicolas Sarkozy, as you know, he was a former president of France. And as we are talking, he's already convicted for influence peddling and illegal campaign financing, the money he talked about. He was a former minister before he even became president. And during that period, he had been found guilty of this type of things, And when he ended up having that alleged deal with Gaddafi, it was no surprise because France knows him as somebody who dabbles in those things. He had signed this agreement for about $50 million, not agreement. He had this secret arrangement with Gaddafi to whitewash his image in international community. So he got this stuff. And even though he had been convicted for about 3 crimes, this money we're talking about, they say, is the most serious, because you said he got the possibility to face 10 years imprisonment.
10 years imprisonment, yes.
Indeed, you know.
And so, I hope he came out.
And let us remember also that Gaddafi was the one. France led the campaign to oust Gaddafi.
The very Sarkozy was
the very Sarkozy who had received this money to whitewash, you know. So he thought he would go away with it. He's not found guilty yet. The trial is still coming up. But after Gaddafi died, his son knew about this secret arrangement and demanded the money. That was how everything came out.
In 2011.
Precisely. He demanded the money, that he should pay back the money. Of course, Sarkozy denied vehemently that in fact, the reason he just trying to put him in a bad light because France had led the ouster of Gaddafi. Yes. So the French government says, okay, we're not accusing anybody. Yes. We will go through a trial. Get to the bottom of this. So this is what he has a history. He has a history of influence peddling. He has a history of campaign financing. When he was a minister, even though he had been convicted for this type of things, but he was so anxious, he was so ambitious to become. He needed money. And let me just say before I leave the topic, this is not unique in France, because Marine Le Pen, the head of the right wing in France right now, which I believe has the highest number of seats in the last election. Now, there was a lot of talk about her taking some money from the Soviet Union for these same type of things. I don't know how that case ended. So maybe it's a French thing. You know.
Talk about, I mean, corruption is not an African thing alone. I mean, it's not just an African thing. We've just seen the situation about France. It's a worldwide thing, isn't it?
No, definitely we cannot limit it to Africa alone, because there is corruption is across the globe. You know, even the people we think they are not corrupt is because we have not investigated their activities. If you look at the record that was published, we have President of Indonesia, Joko Widodo, and then we have the political leader in France, Marine Le Pen. She was arrested and brought to court 2 weeks ago on charges of corruption. And there are a whole lot of things that is going on around the world we are not privy to. So what they brought to us in the form of their own media engagement is what we perceive to be our own deeds. And by and large, they may not be far from the truth, because we can see the level of backwardness we are still in Africa. So the focus on us in Africa is because we find ourselves in the situation we are in. We are not growing. Our infrastructural development is low. Our educational systems are not going anywhere from where they left us. You know, we are kind of stagnated. The things that we do to change our dynamics, we are not really thriving, except for very few countries like Rwanda, who has come in some way over the years after the genocide to actually showcase that, I mean, they can do something as Africans. But by and large, when you look at Africa, the reason why we are being tagged as being the most corrupt is because when you look at development, it's not coming in the way they are expecting it. If you look at the number of loans, grants, aids that is coming to Africa, we should not be driving on dust road by now. You know, number of bridges that we have, there are not many. We should have completed all those things. So the people think, because we are not able to do some of this infrastructural development with the aids and grants they are giving us, the only thing we are doing with it is being corruption. But if they have seen a massive number of infrastructural development taking place, nobody will accuse us of corruption. There is corruption in the US, there is corruption in the UK, there is corruption in France. But you will see, they will only target top political leaders from time to time when there is this fighting over power. But they don't go down to the other class of people and accuse them that these people are corrupt, and because they want to maintain their own system and let people see them like, I mean, these people are free from corruption, but they are equally corrupt. The Chinese, there are no exceptions, you know. But in Africa,
I understand
what we should have covered the corruption with is the level of development does not match the number of aid and grants and the loans that we are taking. It does. There is a mismatch.
No evidence.
Yes, there is a mismatch, because if those loans, grants, and aids that we are taking, there was a case of, there are evidences of infrastructural development, even though there may be corruption, then people will not make it into a news.
Yeah.
They will not make it into a big news.
Well, in the absence of that,
yes, of course, and you can see people like Tinubu. Oh, Tinubu is a very rich man. What made him rich? He has been in one government, successive government after successive government, and they are accusing him of forgery, they are accusing him of financial malpractice, they are accusing him of drug trafficking. These are all things that can make people rich. And what is he backing up with? Nothing. The infrastructure development he's doing is personal. He's building hotels in his name. He's making businesses in his name. So they have every reason to say he's corrupt.
One of the most corrupt.
Yes, he's number three.
Yeah,
after Jiko Widodo, it is Tinubu. And there were reports that he's even part of the CIA team. So even if he's corrupt, nobody will ask him anything, because he gets some protection somewhere.
You mentioned the U.S., Dr. Bawa. We saw that Mr. Donald Trump, over the last 12 months or so, he was moving from one courtroom to another to face 32 count charges. Among these charges, he was convicted for 4, which included corruption, incitement, forgery, and even paying money to prostitute, the so-called hush money. This is all part of corruption, isn't it? You call that corruption, and yet this is a man who's coming to be the ex-president of the United States. That's 2 count charges he faced for the last, since he was in office the last 8 years ago.
Well, that's where our leaders in Africa should learn. With all this corruption he has been doing as Donald Trump before he came to power, he built these mansions, the Trump Tower, Trump this, Trump that. He scammed people to do all of those things. So because he has all of this wealth that is adding value to their country, they know he's corrupt. Nobody is denying that. And they have proved that beyond reasonable doubt by finding him guilty of corruption. But because he has invested that corrupt money in their country, some people see him like he has not done anything wrong. If these people in Africa who are being corrupt are actually creating some impact on the lives of their fellow Africans, nobody will see them as being corrupt. But whatever they do, they are taking the monies from Africa and investing it in other countries and making those people better and making us worse. If you look at the number of aid that's coming to Africa, nobody will think we should not be having railway in Africa by now, right? The rail network should be connecting the whole of West Africa, should have been completed by now. I mean, this Africa we are talking about is big, but the distances between one African country and the other is less than 2 hours. If you look at China, it's the 3rd largest country after Canada. Russia is China. But every city is connected by train. Some 9 hours, some 7 hours, some 6 hours. Train from here to Ghana will take in less than 3 hours. But there's nothing every African leaders are doing to say, let us connect Freetown to Conakry. Let us connect Freetown to Monrovia by train. You can't imagine people fly 45 minutes from here to less than 45 minutes from Sierra Leone to Liberia, when you can actually go by road in less than 1 hour or in less than 2 hours.
When the roads are good.
Yes, but because We are not matching the loans with the infrastructural development. That's why these people are taking us to be corrupt. Let us embark on some infrastructural development that these people will come and see. Why is this guy making the headlines in Burkina Faso? This military guy, 20-something-year-old or 30-something-year-old guy, because in the space of 2 years, he has been one of the biggest hospitals in Africa, using their own resources. So if they see that guy can even take $1 billion from Burkina Faso's natural resources, but with the hospital, with the roads he's making, with the markets he's building, with the schools he's building, nobody will see him as being corrupt. The people will back protest against you if you tell them the man is corrupt, because they are seeing things that is of benefit to them. Hospital they have, medical facility is there, the road network is changed.
Massive agricultural
projects are ongoing. The schools are changed. The schools infrastructure are being changed. Teachers are well paid. So even if that guy takes $1 billion from them, nobody will complain, because they are seeing evidences of what he's doing. But when you take the money and people know this money is meant for their own development and nothing happens, definitely they will run after it.
Yes, sir. You want to come into this?
Thank you. You highlighted the case of Donald Trump very well.
Yes.
You know, the level of corruption. First of all, he's a businessman. And everybody knows in America, he has become bankrupt on many times. You know, but he has never been convicted. But now, even now, he's a convicted felon. He's a convicted felon. In spite of that, look at the way they voted for him.
Yes, massively.
Majority of the votes, college votes, Congress, and all of that, voted for him massively. Just to emphasize the points you are talking about, what you do with the corrupt money. You know, and now what is happening, in spite of the Supreme Court went ahead. Most of the cases, they said no, he was a sitting president, and therefore it cannot be tried. Although they were not able to, the hush money case was a civil case.
They're still fighting that.
It's a civil case. It could not have erased it. The other ones they're talking about criminal and all of that. Even the matter of the June 6, when his boys went and physically attacked the January 6, attacked the Congress, tried to find a way. And now his lawyers, he has money. Is thriving. All over Africa is thriving. They are finding new ways. For example, they have named Ruto and Buhari. They say they say Africa's flying presidents. Most African flying presidents are amassing enormous wealth for themselves and their family.
The two gentlemen we're talking about.
The two gentlemen, Ruto and for this case of Ruto, he had been convicted even when he was a minister before becoming president. And you will imagine, just one point I want to make. Ruto was only elected in 2022, 2 years ago. And look at the record he's setting. Ruto was only elected in 2023, 1 year ago. And all of this is coming out. Tinubu. No, they are all first-time presidents. Ruto of Kenya, 2022. Tinubu of Nigeria, only 2023.
So we know where the money is going.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, let's move on. Let's look at, we have other two issues to discuss tonight. Now, I mentioned earlier, gentlemen, that Mr. Biden has been going around talking about how successful some office has been. But is he right? We have to assess that. We know that his 4 years, personally, I think it was a disaster in terms of international relations, because we saw how the Americans embarrassingly left Afghanistan, for example, under his watch after 20 years, and then we saw what is going on in Ukraine, and of course Gaza and the Israelis. So, gentlemen, we want to assess the 4 years of Mr. Biden. Mr. Trump is taking over on Monday. He's making a lot of noise as well, as expected. So, did he make the world any better and prosperous during the 4 years he was in office? Dr. Bauer.
Well, he was not elected as world president. He was elected as president of the United States.
No, we're looking at it globally now.
Yes, I mean, let's get that as the bottom line. He came to work for the people of the United States of America. Of course, by their position in the global economy, they are the biggest world economy in the world. They have the most powerful army in the world, so they take the center stage in trying to police every part of the world. That is just what they are. So by doing that, when they are in power, we may think they are the ones who should be dictating what should happen where. So during his 4 years, actually for the issue of Afghanistan, the US troops withdrawing, the stage was set by Donald Trump before Biden came in. By the time he came in, all the due process that they would have taken as a government for them to withdraw was already taken. So we can say, well, he has very little to do about it.
He could have changed something there.
Well,
he could have done something else.
It is unfortunate that he came in at that time, but it was too little, too late. Okay, so he came in there and then they withdraw. That was an embarrassing situation for them as a world power. Then come to the issue of the Russia-Ukraine war. You know, this supremacy of them being the world power, Russia being a non-world power, that's what they are fighting over. And America has never fought a war on their own. So when that war erupted, the Europeans and the Americans team up to support Ukraine, because this was a fight between Europe, US as against Russia, because they want to maintain that supremacy over Russia, because as a federation, they were not as powerful as they used to be when they were Soviet Union. So on that front, he has spent a lot of money, billions of dollars. The Russians have not won the war because they claim it was going to be a 24-hour operation or 2 days operation or 7 days operation to overrun Ukraine and then they take over. That has not happened because the US has actually
poured in so
much resources so that does not happen. So we can say he made some strides. He tried to rally people to bring in peace. Support and then try to bring
about peace. I mean, that's something missing.
They
spoke about peace. I mean, there was initially this talk about peace.
There was a talk about peace, but the Russians were not ready to sit down and negotiate. So that was what that one was taking.
I thought the Russians initiated that initial discussion. They wanted Ukraine and themselves to sit down to talk about peace, because as far as they were concerned, they didn't want an encroachment into Russian territory. They saw, the expansion of Ukraine as encroaching into Russian territory. Undoubtedly, that would bring NATO into it. And that was what Putin wanted to stop. Putin didn't want that to happen. Initially, they said, we can talk about this. But then the US, the Americans, they said, no, we're not going to talk about this. We're going to fight it out. Apparently, that was what initially happened, Dr. Bauer. Unisa.
Yeah, very frankly, I defy a little for my colleague here. You see, because that Ukraine war, for example, I believe it will never have gone so far for 15 months now with Trump. And the American people have spoken. They are there, they are saying, and this is why they gave the overwhelming victory to Donald Trump. Now, many of us who don't live in the United States, we are surprised by the level of victory. You see, because for me, Biden projected himself as a weak president. He was a weak president and it was unrealistic. You see, because the problem with Russia was that they had an understanding. We are seeing this now from even Western analysts. They had an understanding for NATO not to expand eastwards. Okay, now, Ukraine had a president, a pro-Moscow president, who was not removed through the ballot box. He was not removed through the ballot box. And was replaced by this current president, who was pro-NATO. Okay, and he started pushing. Now, I believe Trump, the master of deal-making, will have been realistic in there. That's what they say.
No, he's very good at that. He's very good at that.
He will have been realistic enough to say that, look, we had this understanding. It was not a written agreement.
But the understanding was there.
Exactly what he's trying to do now, to make a deal that Ukraine has to surrender some of the gains made by the Russians.
And it's very,
for them to have this now. The world is not safe now with Biden. It is same thing in Israel. Now, what is happening? I support ironclad support to Israel, giving Israel everything to finish as if to say they want to eliminate all the Palestinians and over the land and over the land too.
Yes.
So because even you see now Biden did not convey that strength, that charisma to be taken seriously by one year. Now people found it difficulty to get their way when they were dealing with Biden, which from what we know, it cannot happen with Donald Trump.
And similar things that we saw happen in Israel and Gaza. I mean, Mr. Netanyahu almost had his way all along with Mr. Biden. This ceasefire could have come into effect long time ago, but
there are many schools of thought that in fact it's Trump, putting pressure on the background. That's why they went so far. See how many times they have gone, then the ceasefire did not hold. Nothing came out of it.
All right, finally, gentlemen, let's look at his 4 years in office. We've talked about his situation we're going out to where is it now?
Palestine.
Israel.
Gaza.
Yes. Israel. We're talking about Gaza and
the ceasefire.
And the ceasefire. Now, we see that both President outgoing and the current president, they're both claiming credit for what has happened for the ceasefire. Mr. Trump says, he's not saying very much, but his man, Mr. Mutz, has got a very strong man. He's sent ahead. He's been putting so much pressure on Mr. Netanyahu. And so Mr. Trump is claiming credit. Is it right, Unisa? Should we give him credit
I think
for
so.
that?
Eddie, he had appointed his key officers in that Palestinian thing. And all along what was happening, Netanyahu was having his way. All along he was having his way. So only when Trump came. Now you know the extreme right wing. Some of them, the first few days, they were saying that they will resign if the accord is accepted in the security cabinet. Even the security minister was named specifically. He said he was going to resign. Only today, from yesterday to today, they started saying, well, they will not resign again. There's some background pressure, and we know the strength of Trump, and we know the weakness of Biden. Now, he's a lame duck president. He's a lame duck. You know, he was never able to. Now, Netanyahu.
He could have done this thing long time ago.
Netanyahu never recognized him. You know, with that. You know, so he was only like a weakling. He just kept giving money, more and more money,
more arms and money.
About 50,000 Palestinians. 60% of the infrastructure in Gaza has been destroyed. You know, it's whatever. Now, Trump likes to say, "Want to make America great." Okay, Biden did not, but Biden also did not make America safe again. You see, because we started talking about the possibility, Ukraine and Gaza, Palestine, there's a possibility that we are not careful, it can lead to a third world war.
Okay, Dr. Baba.
Well, Biden, in my estimation, okay, did not do well when it comes to the Palestinian and the Israeli war. He did not do well because they have the means to withhold support to the Israelis so that they can go into a ceasefire. But he did not do much. Instead, he was arming the Israelis to kill more Palestinians. So that changed his scenario, because even within the US, even though most of them are pro-Israeli, but they were against the killing of innocent women and children in Gaza. And with the support coming in from their taxpayers, that's why things went against Biden. Because what Donald Trump is doing now is, you either stop the war or we withdraw the support. Because they cannot, the Israelis cannot stand the Palestinians alone without America's support. That's not possible. Because the Palestinians are being supported by the Iranians. Okay? The Israelis, with the support of America, have gone ahead to kill Hamas leader, the Hezbollah leader. All of those people are dead, but the organization still remains. Because the problem we are having in that Middle East is they are not fighting with arms. They are not fighting with mighty weapons. They are fighting with ideology.
That's the Gaza people.
Yes, the Palestinians are fighting with ideology.
Whether you kill all their
well,
leaders,
even if you kill
matter.
everybody, it doesn't matter. They still think they can fight to liberate their own settlements, their own land. So that's why the Israelis have not succeeded in getting rid of the Palestinians.
Ordinarily,
but when you look at what Trump is bringing, is putting some pressure on Netanyahu to say, if you don't take these steps now and put a halt to this war, we'll leave you to confront the Iranians. Because fighting the Palestinians is like fighting the Iranians. And he knows he cannot fight the Iranians. Because the Iranians are also supported by the Russians. So when the Iranians why the Iranians are being supported by the Russians, the Americans are supporting the Israelis. So no matter how many people the Israelis kill, the war will still continue to rage on, because there will still be Palestinians who will be supported by the Iranians, and that war will continue.
Ordinarily, you would have thought that Mr. Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, would have resigned because he has failed. Objectively, when the war started on October 7, 2023, he said that he would eliminate Hamas, and then he would, what else he said? He said he would take over, Gaza. But he has failed in on both counts. Ordinarily, somebody like him should have resigned a long time ago. So what's his future? Do you think he has any future? Because he has a lot of political problems.
I think just a lot
of political problems.
Just a very short time. And don't forget, he has got a big corruption case waiting for him. Now, it has not been erased off the books. Now, the other problem is that in spite of all this...
But before we talk about the corruption bits, Unisa, what about the government itself? Because it's got all this right wing. It's a coalition government, isn't it?
Yeah, we had all the noises.
Yeah, but
the past few days.
Would they bring down the government? Would they bring him down?
Well, they said they will not bring it down until they see how it goes. Because they started like that. They said if the security ministers approve the deal, they will.
Which they have already done.
They say they will just wait for the 1 or 2 because a 3-stage deal. Wait up to the 2nd stage, they will bring down the government. Now, the other important point is that in Gaza, in spite of the 50,000 killing, we have seen the ranks of Hamas fighters being swelled by new recruits.
Like Dr. Bawa said, I mean, you do kill ideology.
New recruits.
Ideology, yeah.
And the other thing is that, okay, now this mighty Israel, the mighty army, okay, were brought to the ground by the invasion of Hamas. How did it happen? Where were they? And this is the vehemence with which the Israelis are fighting this war. Because they were totally disgraced on October 7. They succeeded in getting out there, taking hostages, taking them out to Gaza, you know. And this is an Israel which has been flying all about the sea. We are the greatest army in the Middle East. Okay? But again, you see when you see the way they're building up, and don't forget, it is not only Hamas. There are the Houthis in Yemen, there is Hezbollah in Lebanon. They have spread themselves only because the Americans were backing them to the hilt with weapons. They know ordinarily they cannot do it. So the pressure will be there, and the extreme right wing and Hezbollah, Netanyahu is only in power because of the extreme right wing.
Has he got a future, Dr. Bawa?
You know,
We'll live to see that after the ceasefire comes into effect, because most of them are waiting to realize that, you see, some of this political nightmare does not come in when they are in the crisis. They wait until things die down a bit, when there is some semblance of stability, when there is some semblance of security, because as it is now, they don't usually go after politicians when there is a crisis. They wait until the dust settles. Once the dust settles, they will begin to come up with issues to get rid of those things that they are trying to fight over. So, by and large, Netanyahu will not exit now because of this crisis. They are waiting for the dust to settle. They are waiting for the ceasefire to hold for a certain period. Then the right-wing group will come up to say, okay, you have done your bit because of the corruption case centered around you. And the thing that will bring him down in a very short time, if those hostages who were held are being killed and they are not being handed over.
We don't know their conditions.
Yes, we don't know their conditions. So if Hamas claim that those hostages were killed during those airstrikes, then he has more problem to deal with. Because time and time again, they were calling for a ceasefire and he was refusing, and he was just going ahead with his area bombardment of innocent people and men. So it is possible most of those hostages were part of those he actually targeted in those hospitals, because the people were moving them from one location to another. So if they were bombing hospitals, they were bombing schools, they were bombing camps, yes, every likelihood most of them would have been dead. So but they will never report that.
That's a tricky one for him, isn't it?
Yeah, he stands to lose a lot if those hostages are not brought
What is his options? Would he call an election?
And the right wing.
Has he got any options?
The right wing, extreme right wing, on which Netanyahu depends now to survive, cannot on its own form a government.
Of course not. No.
They cannot on its own. And then the corruption case against Netanyahu will escalate. Now we're not hearing about the Peace Now movement, which has become very popular, and that Hamas attack on October 7 was well calculated, because now we are hearing about accelerating the two-state solution. Okay, those who are for peace, there's a Peace Now movement in Israel. which will re-emerge in a very strong force.
So you think the two-state solution will come back on the
that's what we are hearing now.
All right,
There's more talk about it.
All right,
because of what
I
I'm
don't think we have much time left. Unfortunately, we could not show our viewers the videos we wanted to show them tonight because of technical reasons. We apologize for that. Dr. Bauer, last word on the program.
Well, we wait and see by tomorrow, 6:30 a.m., the ceasefire in Gaza will come into effect. But in the last 24 hours, they've killed more than 150 Palestinians in various locations across Gaza. So even if the ceasefire comes into effect, Netanyahu is saying he has the right to restart the bombing of innocent women and children at any time during the course.
That's very unfortunate.
But that's if he has the support of Donald Trump.
No, I don't think
but Donald Trump, I don't think he wants to spend the billions Biden was spending on Netanyahu to kill innocent women and children.
That's unfortunate, even though the agreements have been agreed by both parties. The Israelis are trying to say, okay, we have 1 or 2 days more, we'll kill as many as possible. Because they know when Trump's come, it will not happen. That's what they are doing. You know, they are only able to do it because of the massive weapons which the Americans have transferred to them.
Okay, we have to wait and see how this plays out. Since I think his future is on the line. I mentioned, gentlemen, whether his options would call in a general election on his own. I mean, this corruption thing has been going on for years now, isn't it? So that might come.
It's not like the Trump case. It will not die. You know? It will not die.
All right, gentlemen, I'm afraid we've run out of time, and that's all we have for tonight. Unfortunately, we could not show the videos we wanted to show our viewers. Well, until we meet again next week, my name is Eddie Mama. I've been here with Dr. Abdul Karim Bawa from Medical School. Dr. Bawa is a China specialist, and Unisa Sise is a veteran journalist and broadcaster. Until we meet again next week, it's good night from all of us, and thanks for having us in your homes.
Brexit crisis.
Targets in Gaza in response to a Hamas.
Forces fought with protesters near the Colombian border.
I can't tell you when the government's going to be open.
Love the
we not run away. We come for better. We people that want for see what we they do. We people that want for know what we they say. Oh, we let we sorrow. Oh, we let we sorrow.
Hello and welcome. This is Weekend News on the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation in Freetown. I am Cecilia Ali Sisi. Your top stories tonight. Former Vice President of ECOWAS Commission leads delegation to discourse on human capital development in Sierra Leone. NCRA to develop new strategic plan spanning from 2025 to 2030. And Bombali District Council commissions construction of first senior secondary school in Mara Chiefdom. This report and more plus sport and entertainment are all lined up in this edition of the news. Stay with us.